As Christians, we believe there's nothing we can do to save ourselves. So what are we supposed to do? The Bible tells us to live a life that's pleasing to God and gives us a detailed guide for how to do it. But why is there such an emphasis on action? After all, in Galatians 2:16, it says that a person is not justified by works of the law, but through faith in Jesus Christ. This means that what we say and do has no effect on our salvation as long as we have faith. Still, we're commanded to follow the law and live for Christ. James 2:17 even says, "So also, by faith itself, if it does not have works, it is dead." This almost seems to contradict itself. If salvation is only justified by faith and not through works, then why is faith without works dead? What this verse is not saying is that we need to do good things to be saved. Instead, if we have faith in our salvation, our actions should reflect that faith. It reminds me of the story where God was testing Abraham by asking him to sacrifice his son Isaac. Despite his own feelings and opinions, Abraham still did what God commanded. After he proved his faith through his actions, the Lord sent an angel to say, "Do not lay your hand on the boy or do anything to him, for now I know that you fear God." It isn't until we act on our beliefs that our faith really shows through. But how do we act upon our beliefs? We're not all going to be ministers and missionaries, so what should we do to live for Christ? The Bible gives us many descriptions on how to do it, and my favorite comes from the book of Colossians. It tells us to put off the old self with its practices and put on the new self, which is being renewed in knowledge after the image of its creator. I love that. We're called to act in the image of the Creator, and as we renew our faith in Him, it should be reflected in us and in what we do. As we grow in our faith, we should have a growing desire to separate ourselves from the evils in the world, such as hatred, anger, and impurity, and we should want to grow closer to Christ, acting like Him with compassion, love, and kindness. It isn't our works that save us, but our works should show that Christ has redeemed us. We're Christians by what we believe, but we prove it by what we do.
So it doesn't matter if you've done most things right since the day you were born. That one sin is like a drop of poison in a cup of water. And in God's eyes, that small sin is just as bad as a big sin.